Record.
Call the meeting to order.
Please stand for the pledge and prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the prayer. O Lord God, we come before thee in prayer, acknowledging the blessing of government administration. Thou art a God of order and hast blessed us with the establishment of governing officials to provide civil harmony and concord. Be with us in this meeting and give us strength and wisdom to pursue goals which please thee. Grant us the courage to support those things which are right and according to thy ordinances. For we ask in God's name, amen.
Okay.
Anybody has a prayer they want to say or recite, this is the time to do it. Thank you. Thanks, Mr. Chairman.
You. Roll call.
Blaine.
Here.
Heidemann. Here. Darga.
Yes.
Bailey.
Here.
Chapel.
Here. Approval of the agenda, any additions or deletions?
So moved to.
I'd like
Oh.
to talk about the reimbursement of the cameras for the recycling in Dallas Township.
Okay, so that'd be number 7.
Mike, what about that, personnel matter with the wages for Christie?
It's on here, 89, number 4.
Gotcha,
Okay.
okay.
So with that, I would change with the addition, well, I'll accept as presented.
Support.
Motion support to approve the agenda as amended. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Conflict disclosures. Anyone have a conflict with anything on the agenda today? Hearing none, we'll go on to the minutes of the meeting of October 25th, 2024.
There's no discussion, I'll make a motion to accept as presented.
Support.
Motion and support to accept the minutes as presented for October 25th, 2024. Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Claims audit.
Yeah, we met Tuesday, Mr. Chairman and myself, to go over the claims, few high bills, we had some tasers on there.
The radio.
Yep. The radios, we had, there was one other one,
We'll go over Emma.
yeah, and then we,
The good news.
yep. Other than that, everything was all regular transactions. Our recycling program, Emmett County's original bill was $11,440, and then with our I guess reimbursement or whatever for the cardboard and fibrous was $6,164.60. So that gave us a total of owing Emmett County only $5,200.75 or $5,275.40. So almost two-thirds is comes back as an kind of an income, I guess, but it's not, but the program is really working. I hope that will continue in the future. So if there are no questions, everybody went over the claims, I'll make it. Okay.
JFR Architect,
Yep.
71,800.
Yeah, that's for the HVAC. That's for him getting together the bid package
That's his
We
total,
were supposed to have them here at the board at some.
at the end of the month. Yes.
that's his total bill for
No.
everything.
That's just for
Him and the engineers.
yeah, him and the engineers getting it together for the bid package.
And
I have them.
the Motorola Solutions. I
That's
see
the
the
annual payment for the
900.
system.
800.
It's a 10-year plan.
124,000.
Yeah.
I get 90.
That's the yearly one though.
Yeah, this is year 7.
Yeah.
Or 7 or 8.
Yeah, there's a 8-year or 9-year program.
10-year.
What's
You
annual?
just pay the whole thing at once.
No,
No, this is just every year.
it
we
was $1
pay.
million. We
Yeah.
didn't have that in 911 fund. So.
Per year.
Yeah,
No,
no,
it
the
was
whole,
$1 million project
10-year.
over 10 years. So we,
So this is a yearly payment.
Yeah.
That's what I was asking.
annual payment. That one?
the one that we talked about that was gonna be added on for Shelley was actually the two amounts need to be told together, and it wasn't on the one I emailed out.
25.
Yeah, so it's 825, so the printed copies here are the correct.
So if there's no other,
Match.
okay. So if nobody has any questions, I'll make the motion, we accept the claims in the amount of $363,135.46.
Or
So motion and support to pay the claims in the amount of $363,135.46. Any more discussion? Not all of them.
Heather, Yes.
Uh,
Darka.
Yes.
Sealy,
Yes.
Chapa,
Yes,
Selene.
yes,
motion carried. Citizens appearing before the board. Okay, we're to the GIS agreement with NEMCOG.
Yep, and this is for equalization. We've had it in the past. They do the mapping upgrades between any changes that are made through equalization, and then it will also carry over for the 911 mapping.
That's an annual,
And then all the other departments get that.
an annual contract or
How much is it?
2,500.
It's based on what they need at the time, but estimated.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
annual parcel maintenance is 1,500, and then the other GIS.
what's the estimate?
$2,500. That's like I said, it's based on the any
Yeah.
splits. that
How
they
many
have to-
splits and how much work, how many changes?
But they've been,
Under that.
I'm sure it's a slow increase, but. You know, it has, they're not charging
yeah,
that much.
No.
might have been-
It's a pretty good deal for GIS.
Make a motion, we accept that.
Support.
Go ahead with the agreement.
Motion and support to enter into the GIS agreement with NEMCOG. Any more discussion? Not, I guess we will go.
You're at Durga,
Yes.
Sealy,
Yes.
Chapa,
Yeah,
Selene.
Yes,
Letterman.
Yes,
motion carries. Number two, public defender contract.
Yes, this is annual as well. Mr. Vogler is here. This is the public defender, but it also operates in conjunction with the MIDC program that's mandated
By the state.
by the state. So the, amounts in there are not negotiable. As far as,
Right.
they can't go up. They could, the county would have to pay. They've actually probably been underpaid.
Right.
Right.
I think the rates are, right, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
and so the differences in this contract and the last one. The term is gonna be shorter. It'd be from January 1st till September 30th. And the reason for that is, on October 1st every year, the rates change. So next year, the contract will have to be agreed upon prior to October. So it's probably come in September. At that time. In paragraph 2B, there was a phrase put in there that wasn't there before, and that there was appeals from part of what we have to do is appeals from district to circuit court, so that's been added in here. Could have been in all along. And then, of course, the hourly rates have changed, but those are set by the state. Those are the minimum rates. I couldn't agree.
that's why the contract has to be renewed in October, because the state comes out with different rates.
Yeah.
Well, when the MIDC plan is done, it's actually done in the spring. I have to submit in April. And so those rates are determined before that when you're creating the plan. So they'll know in the spring when the rates are gonna be, but it's not approved until mid to late summer and takes effect.
And that
October
would,
1.
that would be then in 26, correct?
It start,
No.
It's
But,
starts-
because this one's gonna start
25.
this January.
October,
This one starts in January.
right, but
I know,
we're talking
but-
about MIDC.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So
Anyone
it's
else?
basically a 9-month contract.
Yeah, make a motion that we enter into the contract with the public defender.
Support,
Motion support to enter into the contract with Mr. Vogler for public defender there any
You had
more,
what, two changes in there?
Yeah.
What's the two changes, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Today.
because-
Well, it's in the contract.
Oh, okay,
And
You
Mr.
just talked
Gilbert,
about what it was. so.
Mr. Gilbert would be part of this contract.
yes.
Any more discussion? Any questions for Mr. Vogler? Not, call the roll.
Staley,
Yes.
Chapa,
Yes,
Palini,
Yes.
Heidemann,
Yes,
Sarda.
Yes,
motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you, Mike.
Mr.
thanks, Mike.
Veteran Grant Award Acceptance. I thought we did this already, but I guess not.
No, it was just reported on it,
Okay, that we got.
that we were getting it.
Okay,
I
so now
don't
we
think
got
we
it.
did, but.
Well,
This is
just in
the-
case.
Yeah,
We
this is
knew
the
that.
actual
We-
I think
agreement.
we, I think we
signed.
did, but
I thought
I
we
don't
did.
think we signed anything. So-
Well, we knew about it a couple months ago, I think.
Yeah. when
Oh, gosh, in
celebrated.
the summer, yeah.
When it was.
Well,
reported.
heck, let's
This
This is
approve
for
it.
that van, right?
Yeah.
60,000.
60,000, yeah, for that
Yeah.
van.
61.
Yeah,
So
They'll
the,
send a
well, he'd
payment.
had the eligibility questions, but the state said, fine, it's okay.
yeah,
So-
but I don't think we ever had anything signed, so.
Does he have the van?
No.
He's gotta go
Now
get,
that
that-
he-
now that we
We
get
don't
this,
have
now
any
he'll go
So
get.
that van that he showed us is the one that it's still
he was
sitting there
working
waiting?
on.
Yep,
Wow.
yep.
He
Patient seller.
would have tried to been here, but he was gone, he was gonna be
It's
gone today.
okay.
Yeah.
And, so Val knows that they will be getting a payment of 50,000 up front. And then the rest will be reimbursable after
After
the
we,
county spends the money, right?
Okay,
so
we
move,
have a motion.
Yeah.
Support,
Motion and support to accept the award.
Yeah.
Veterans Grant Award in the amount of 62.
Oh geez, you're asking me numbers now. 6278.
$2,078.
It was longer.
Any more discussion?
yeah. Huh?
It was longer, more 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think I was in like-
Call the roll.
Chapa,
Yeah,
Tolini,
Yes.
Heidemann,
yes.
Sarda.
Yes,
Staley.
yes.
motion carries. Thank you. Number 4 is the wages for the
District Court,
district court.
new staff member.
New staff member coming from the sheriff's department.
When the employees transition from place to place, it's not, that was outside of a union to a different position. They start all over at the beginning, and that's what occurred. There was discussions with personnel. And so, because the person does have some time here in the county, the administrator had asked for a starting wage to be bumped up, so we have to approve that. So the starting wage was 1841, it would go to 1926 for a 1-year rate.
Correct.
That person.
And then
has-
she wants to carry her vacation over, right? And
I think she would-
That. Yeah, that. would-
Yeah.
Well, that would normally happen, but
Yeah.
it not, so that
It's
doesn't
just
take,
wages.
right, you
Okay.
don't have to decide on the carryover, that happens automatically.
Well,
That's 2 different unions.
One's
Uh,
a union, one's a non-union,
And
but they have an agreement with the company. They have work agreements.
with the court, with the
So that
court.
doesn't have to be part of the motion, I guess. is my
Right,
point.
no. Just wages were worried about.
And what was the increase up to 19 what?
26.
Yeah, it
26.
was 1840
That's the
what?
1-year rate.
It was 1840?
1840.
1841, so yeah, it's 81 cents or 85 cents. I'll make a motion, we allow that, go to 1926.
support.
motion and support to raise the clerk's wages to 1926.
To the 1-year
From
rate.
To the 1-year
We'll
rate.
just say that.
To the 1-year
Yep,
rate, okay.
okay.
Any more discussion? Not called.
Tolini,
Yes.
Heidemann,
Yes,
Sarda,
Yes,
Staley,
Yes.
Chapa.
Yes. Motion carried. Executive session. We have to throw everybody out.
Well, I guess here's the question I asked
Okay.
in the email is, did you think you needed it to review what you're going over? This is the POLC's contract. You-
well, we haven't reported to the board on what had happened, but it, not gonna take us that long. I think we should go in because we haven't reported anything to what happened. This is the dispatcher's
I
one,
think they
correct?
have to.
Yeah, so
Well, that's what I'm saying.
do we do it now or do we wait till after, at the
You
end?
want to take care of the other business?
I think we should take care of the other business first. There's no sense kicking them out and have to come back in.
yeah, I agree.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go to number 6
Number 7,
and 7.
yep. That's for the cameras.
Okay.
Yes, these. You, They said they haven't received their reimbursement.
There was never a bill approved. It was submitted
I know,
to the county, but it was never
But
approved by the
you
board.
said that some of these all them cameras had a panoramic view of that recycling dumpster.
Okay.
So I don't know how you're gonna,
Well, that's like, I was talking to,
Well, isn't,
with the, what's her name?
Teresa,
Teresa, yes. I just want an itemized bill from just the cameras,
just a copy
just
of
the
bill.
cameras. That's what I
They
want.
never say,
We've
Yeah.
never gotten it.
you just need an invoice.
Yes.
Invoice they paid.
Yes, because we could take that out of the recycling fund, but
Yeah,
I'm not
no.
gonna pay, I'm not gonna be
We
paying.
talked about that.
Yes,
For cameras that are on the backside of the building that
Right.
don't.
right, we can,
Well, I was told at their meeting that
we're just gonna do the ones that are looking at the dumpster. That's
they're
it.
saying that's all of them, even the one on the back.
Well, just have them submit the bills for the cameras.
Invoice
Yeah.
for the cameras.
Yeah, absolutely.
well,
How many
thought
cameras are we talking
We
about?
I think they got
We don't
four
know.
there.
That's the
four.
thing. We
I
never
think they got
a bill.
more there.
Two.
We got a
And
letter.
two on the back.
Four. There's
I think there's four.
There's the one on the post, real
Yep,
close.
yep, one by the door.
Gable end,
Yep.
one on the front of the building shining down the
Yes.
driveway, and the one on the back.
And that's probably the one, she can itemize all four cameras. Then
I
we'll,
mean, it's not a big deal.
No.
They're just asking what's going
right,
on.
yeah.
Well, I thought that when we had this issue with the city, that we weren't gonna pay bills that weren't approved.
Well,
at
we-
the time.
Well,
But you guys approved. the
We
one for
approved
the
one,
city,
yeah,
and
so we
that's
gotta
the-
be
Is
fair.
that a
I
precedent?
voted against
Absolutely.
it, but you
Yeah.
approved it.
That's the only reason.
I've got-
The three
I've
of
got-
That's the only
them,
reason they
it
turned it
passed,
in.
So they
Right,
got paid.
I know, but there was an understanding. I made comment that we wouldn't do that in the
If you think
future.
I'm gonna vote for this, you're thinking wrong. It's not correct. This was not,
Approved.
I voted
Pre-approved.
against the cities and I'll vote against this. Sorry, Mr. Tolini, but
I
Mr.
voted-
Tolini voted against the cities.
Right, so why wouldn't you vote against this one?
Cause you set a precedent. That's
We-
why, by
The
doing it.
But I also said we wouldn't do it in the future. It was a
But
But it's
one-time
making
thing.
our recycling program, it enhances it, and that's what we've got the millage for.
I
we've got the
agree.
millage
There has
for
to
that,
be
I
some
know.
advanced planning.
That's
You
right,
have to, you can't just
You
bring a
can't just-
bill in after the
right.
fact.
exactly.
I could go down and buy some bologna at Plass and bring it in and you can take it out of recycling.
That's true. That's exactly true, but why did they vote for it the first time then?
Well, you and I voted against it, didn't
Exactly.
we? When we
So
got overruled,
that's the
didn't we?
can of worms they opened up, so.
That's
Can of
right.
worms you gotta live with.
get the invoices.
Doesn't mean that if you made a mistake once, you can repeat it, so, my opinion.
Well, if you and I vote
Hard
against
people.
it, we'll be overruled again, so we'll just, but I think it's important to plan ahead. If we have a recycling fund, that's fine, but we have to have some criteria and some submission
Right,
of bills.
we're in charge of the budget.
You gotta, yeah,
And the money,
you gotta
so-
remember though, it wasn't the cameras was the issue, it was the fence and everything else there. That was the big issue. We're not
Well,
asking for any of the fence up at Alice Township, but just the cameras.
Not
We
really.
went and got cameras for. There's some in Hawks that we took care of.
Well, I would hope that as this material management program comes together, that there's some better procedure for planning
Well,
and submitting.
And that's
bills,
what
because
you got that
This
board
is
for.
not, this
Right.
This is
free
not
for all
proper.
is not proper.
No,
But we do need to keep in mind that when that was talked about the city, it was a mistake. Remember that we talked about how Joe came across and he was like, man, we should have did this earlier. It wasn't, and that's when John said
we
that
weren't
this is
gonna
the
do it again.
right now, and so that's the way we looked at that we shouldn't set a precedent, but
Right.
we kind of,
done it.
well, maybe, but we did do it. But we did talk about, this isn't something we should be doing for each
Right.
township.
Right.
Now, then you brought it up afterwards that, because they were having the same problem out there. So we knew that eventually this would come to a
Well, they
light.
were looking at, they had the cameras in a lot earlier than anybody, because they didn't want the problem with the garbage piling up
Right.
everywhere.
But I mean, it was
And
talked
then
about,
when they seen
Well, we're
it,
not. I
when they
don't
seen
think-
that what
The
Roger City
cameras
was paid
are a good thing.
retroactively.
To protect our recycling program, but the complaint is the billing process and the lack of planning and the lack of
I have no
approval,
problem at all.
prior approval.
It's not the lack of planning, it's the lack of getting it on time.
right, that's the issue. Because but it was just a mistake that was made at the city.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you talked
I
to
talked
Joe
to
and.
Joe and I
so-
told him it would never happen again, so.
Yeah, so it wasn't, like it was, we did say that this isn't gonna be the norm.
Right.
But,
And yeah,
once we
and-
bring it up, now we have to address it.
That's
And
expected.
Cliff, I don't have a problem
Yeah.
with cameras being put out there, right?
No,
That's proper. It just, like you said, the way it was.
Yeah, it was a mistake, but I mean, we shouldn't say, well, yeah, if we have one mistake, we gotta follow that all the way through, we can make adjustments, but, that, I don't think it should be
So I guess.
completely out of line.
We
to stuff
still
in it.
need a bill.
Yes, we're gonna wait on the
All right,
invoice, so
I
we'll
guess
move
we
on.
just table this and
Yep.
go back to.
Maybe it'll come after
Now,
January 1 and I won't have to vote against it.
maybe it won't come at all. Maybe it'll be discussed and it won't come at all.
Well, you don't know. Say,
Well, when we talk money, what kind of money are we
Moving on.
talking for these cameras?
I don't know, $3,000-4,000.
Was it that much?
depends on what kind of camera, they're all the
Not
internet ones.
chicken feed.
Okay,
I guess we're gonna go into.
Want to do the committee reports first? I would,
Yeah,
Mr.
okay.
Chairman, to be
Well-
fair to the public here.
Okay.
Okay, we met Tuesday, we went over our claims, we also, at our meeting was, Mike from Target Alpena. Along with Gary Nowak, and they discussed, how they want to, do away with CDC and take everything to EDC, so they're gonna be bringing us back,
I already got the resolution
Yeah,
for next
that's-
meeting.
we got the resolution for the next meeting, so that'll be taped, on our
I think
agenda.
that's a good idea.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
And
there's
Mike
that,
Mahler plans on being here to
yes,
explain.
to explain the
Yeah,
ins and outs of the whole thing.
well,
That'd
we
be at
talked
our-
about it
Pros and
before, but
cons.
this would be nice to get it resolved.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then we had our personnel here, a few weeks ago? And we'll discuss that in executive
session,
session,
right.
and then we'll go from there. Other than that, I think our next meeting will have to be changed because we're gonna have to do it on the 25th, right? Because our meeting will be the 27th. Our committee meetings would have to be the 25th on Monday versus Tuesday, the 26th.
Doesn't matter. It's just.
Okay, we can leave it on the 26th then, at 8:30. For airport and parks. Is that okay, Wayne?
Yep.
Other than that, I have nothing.
I have no.
We're in.
Yeah, now we're in special appointments. Go ahead. You got road commission, correct?
Yeah. Crosswalk grants for Presque Harbor and Harbor and Range Lake were close to being awarded. The state grant officer wants us to put them up again in 2025. She thinks we have a real good chance they may be awarded. Center line and fog line painting is completed. They did 25 miles of it.
That's a low price.
What
30,000.
what stretch do they do?
Anything that needs to be done.
Okay, okay. So that was all of it.
Still not cheap.
No, it's $30,000.
25 rounds.
By adding the Akiak Bridge repair to our Akiak Road project, Shadeg Highway to Sheboygan Plains, we're able to cut the cost by $30,000.
There you go.
So
They're not jumping back and forth. You're there and
Yeah,
they're
it's
getting it
there
done.
and they're
So
gonna
there you
do
go.
the water line under US 23 from the airport has been disconnected. I had no idea there was a water line.
Years ago, that's how they fed the first terminal building there.
From the well at the airport.
Yes. Yeah.
They've been using, so they're hooked up to city water now.
Yeah.
That was news.
That's interesting.
Pose and crews have been out grading and doing right away work. Stump clearing. Anaway and Pose and cold storage buildings are almost completed. The crews are building them, the packages they bought. Nicholas Clay, new employee for Rogers City, started on October
Either
28th.
mechanic or the driver.
Driver. Winter prep on the trucks is almost completed. Williams Road update, law firm filed and now they're being served pavers.
That's the one plastic plant.
Yeah. And I don't think they don't have a case.
No, that's been going on
I
for a
don't-
few years already though.
Darren is looking at a 2001 Sterling truck from Grand Traverse.
Again. They sell good equipment.
They're asking $3,000.
Don't buy it. It's Sterling, can't get parts.
Sterling?
Yep, don't do it. We have one, city has one. And
Sterling's out of business?
Sterling's been on business for a long time.
Yeah, I
Really?
thought so.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why it's $3,000.
But if you get a year or two out of it,
Yeah.
Okay,
Cheap
what year
truck.
was it?
2001,
Okay, it's 20.
3 years old.
If you get a year out of it,
It's pretty
it's a
decent.
great deal.
in
but-
pretty decent shape though. He looked in.
That might get, you might get scrapped for that price.
Yeah, it was $3,000. Why didn't they just take it to the scrap?
Well, anyways, he's gonna look at it. So, just to have him have the truck around. And that's pretty much it.
We probably have all the
Mary Ann,
salt
yeah.
from last year, right?
The
What's
only
that?
thing I have is, just,
Salt.
Yeah.
a
Two
planned
things of it.
meeting for the lake level situation on January 13th. Pardon?
I couldn't open that one.
Well, the plan is to have a meeting at Presque Township
That's in January though.
I understand, I'm just saying. This is coming up. At
13.
Yes, Monday the 13th at 4 PM. And I believe the idea was to have a web-based meeting the following day, and this is just to let citizens that will be affected know what's going on, and particularly Presque Township, because
Yeah.
there's such big involvement out there. And that's being handled by the attorney firm to set this up.
What
And
date's
their
the meeting?
engineer will do the presentation and show.
January 13th.
That would be the persons affected by, that have property on or have rights to use Lake Esau and Grand Lake or,
Oh, okay.
and some groups are involved in each of those.
Oh, really?
They're wondering
The development.
the whole, Presque Harbor development.
Oh,
So there's a lot of concern, understandably. And that's all I have.
I attended the NEMSCA meeting. They had an issue with the Department of Health and Human Services. They get a rating every year, and some of the ratings came in. They got a rating of 5, which is excellent, 5 stars. But some of their and they can't seem to get an answer. For example, for financial stability, they got a 4.57, and they're really in decent shape. They got a good fund balance. So I guess they had some questions about how this.
how their rating system. was,
Yeah,
right?
how do you, you get 4.6, 4.86, 4.6.
How they get a 5
How
star.
do you get a 5 out of that?
Yeah.
And it's important because they get $545,000 from the state for that program, so.
How good is their fund balance? What is it?
I'm afraid you're gonna ask that.
All right.
It's decent.
I think it's over a couple of million.
Yeah, it's.
Five
at least a
million.
couple
It's not
million.
quite that high, but it's over.
They're a
couple.
lot better than most of these
Yeah.
agencies.
Yeah.
I think it's a couple million.
Well, their budget is what, 30 million, 25 million?
60.
Or 60 something. Well, that's with the child care.
Yeah, it's the
It
whole
started
thing,
with
yeah, it's
25
all,
counties
yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
it's the same pot, so to
Yeah.
speak. They bought the school in Sheboygan a few years ago, and they were paying 78,000 in rent. They bought it, I think they paid 154,000 now, needs a roof, so we're looking at $500,000 for that. But
What were they paying in rent?
they were paying 78,000 plus 31, I guess that was the last year, so about 109,000.
A year.
Yeah, and as an owner, with depreciation, that's costing them 38,000. And as part of the roof, Head Start will be, I guess, reimbursing them for it. They fixed part of it already.
Sounds like a good deal.
Yeah, right.
Oh, something like that.
There's, we authorized the CEO to, look into the, Sandy's, site for Head Start. The school building, they're asking $995,000 and
The
oh,
old-
but
the
they're
old-
not gonna pay for that.
What old school in Standish is that?
The Pine River,
Is it on the
Pine
same?
River Road.
Okay, that's different, that's a
Um,
different road than the prison's on.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. Yeah.
All right,
Um, it was built in 2000, probably will need a roof because it's, shingles,
yep.
or soon, anyway. But, and they're renting it now for 20,000 a year, so, you know, it doesn't make sense to spend $1 million if you're only, but it's for sale, so they could lose it, and that's been some of the problems that they, have been losing, space. So they're, gonna look at, they're gonna have it appraised and inspected, so I guess that's ongoing. They got a grant for $80,000 for the freezer when they had the food program going. And they, spent 45, I guess, and then ended up giving it away because they really couldn't sell it. It was too big for.
What a big, probably big old walk-in one.
Yeah, right. And,
They gave
they
it away.
tried for a few, well, they gave it to a community agent, I think,
Yeah, you said
one
like
of the county, aging,
Oh,
so,
seniors.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. So, and, that left 35,000 in the grant, and they didn't want to lose it, so they were able to keep it, and they're gonna use it for food programs for the school success program. Healthy food training and stuff like that. And then, one other thing, our CEO is usually, or often gives us a book to read, and this one's, Four Houses of Michigan, which sounds pretty interesting. I might pick that up. In fact, I could probably borrow her copy, but some of the things, and I guess, the 1830 Michigan enacted its poorhouse laws that were enacted to require the Board of Supervisors for each kind to build accommodations to provide for the well-being of the poor, of their poor residents. So I guess we solved the homeless problem back in 1830, but we must have backslid somehow because obviously we don't.
John, I don't think Michigan became a state till 1837.
That's what I was just gonna say,
Yeah, that's a
1837.
little, I checked the numbers.
Yeah, that's true.
There-
Right, yeah.
There was a
That's
territorial
right.
legislation.
Might be
Right,
19.
Yeah, right. Well, maybe they did it in this territory.
Yeah, it was
That's
1837.
right, 1837, you're right, yeah.
There were universities here.
Let's see, there's a couple of things. Here's a sample from of residents from Onondaga County in New York State in 1877, include vagrancy 127, intemperance, which alcoholic is 64, indigent and destitute 53, lunacy 42, sickness 30, debauchery 13, old age 10, bastardy, which is unwed mother 7, lameness was 6, and idiocy was 6, and blindness was 4. So, a little bit different standards back then, but I guess
Lunacy's
they'll
off the
probably
charts
still
now.
cover a lot of
Yeah.
homeless people than, you know,
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Here's an example from Sheboygan County. Sheboygan had a poor infirmary, as they call it, built about 3 miles from Sheboygan. It was a wood 2-story building with a heating plant installed. It was originally a mill boarding house. Had bathrooms, steam heat, and a good water supply and drainage. In 1920, it housed 34 men and 9 women. It closed in 1950. Sold the building, and I guess that's where the fair is now.
Hmm.
Anyway, I thought that was something interesting. That's all I have. So maybe now we can go to.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to. throw
No, that's
people
fine.
out,
You can do that.
Well, you wanna.
Other government officials.
Oh, that's right.
Val,
Val?
Sarah,
I mean, I really don't have anything,
Okay.
you know, we did move some money into the mission class. So, you know, we're earning some interest now on that. And the only stipulation that I found out, because there was the question as to whether or not the ARPA money could earn interest, and it can,
Yeah, but
and it just has to be used for the same purpose of the ARPA money.
Yeah, not a problem.
That won't be a problem, because I think we're probably gonna
Okay.
get all that and then some.
so is that like a CD then? Or just-
No, it's a liquid
Oh,
investment.
okay, yeah,
um,
okay.
But it's like 4.94.
That's
Yeah.
good.
They
That's
have a
good.
daily- They have a daily rate, it does,
Yeah,
Fluctuate.
yeah,
but
Yeah.
for, we had it in for 5 days, and in 5 days, we made $1,497.
yeah. Good work,
So,
yeah,
you know,
why not? Yeah,
it'll all just
yeah.
stay
What's it
in our
invested in?
Michigan class. Michigan class, the road commission has been.
You're right,
for
they've
like
been
3
doing it
years.
for years.
And, it's liquid, you can
It's-
call it,
yeah,
as long as you
right,
call it today
yeah.
by 3 o'clock, they'll get it back today.
Day to day.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's,
Good rate and it's liquid,
Yeah.
so two good things for sure. Okay, Sarah?
Just working, with the state on exercises, we're trying to get into a routine with, like Hillside, Presque Electric and Cadillac Automotive to get into a cycle of doing annual exercises where we just do it automatically every year. It helps them, it helps our program here in the county. Also, gearing up, for next year to do an elected officials workshop for commissioners. To really dive into what emergency management is, what we do. And then I just have one request, and I know I sent it to Anne Marie. Montmorency County is exploring options for their emergency management program, and I would really like to get with the personnel committee to talk about how that may look and how we may collaborate with Presque County and Montmorency County. So I know their commissioners met last week. And so if I could get, some time with the personnel committee to kind of talk about what that may look like, if anything, with Presque County, so. That's it.
I didn't know if Christie had anything.
well, I want to thank you for, approving that step increase for our new employee. She's only been here 4 weeks, and she's doing a fabulous job.
Good to
We had
hear.
Quite a backlog of things, because we were 3 months without a
Yeah.
staff person, and so she,
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. We're grateful that she made the jump. She's working out fabulous. We went to, all 3 magistrates went to a conference back at the end of September, some good things with that. It's part of our continuing education that's required now. We have to have so much in-person time. So we all had to go to that. Work camp is back up and running, and Judge Ekdahl is utilizing that. He's even getting some people from Sheboygan that he sent that live in Presque County utilizing our program.
Oh, good.
So
Good.
we're
Yeah,
grateful to have that back.
Yeah.
Cool.
We have an audit coming up in March, so
That'll help reflect on that. Yeah.
busy working on the
Yeah.
28 things that are required to get in to our meeting, so that's a lot of work. But that's where we are, and again, thank you. We're working on catching up.
Thank you for your work.
Okay.
You.
Yeah, speaking of court stuff, I'll dive into just an update. The court collection program that we did has collected over $10,000.
Nice.
So
All right,
that continues to
good work.
close
I
out.
wonder why they
That's
didn't
the
do
stat.
that years ago.
Well, we did. I did it
Yeah.
before I was clerk. And then I didn't have time.
Okay. Well,
And then we did a little bit in between about 5 years ago, but not to the extent.
not the extent of this, though, right?
No, and it's
Okay.
just where everything falls into place, new software and all that kind of stuff helps.
Okay.
So anyways, the staff takes care of it, but we're still taking daily calls and getting payments, so that's good.
Great.
Yes.
Elections was certified yesterday
Hmm.
by the Board of Canvassers, so still continuing. There's some things that had to be adjusted, moved ballots and stuff, so I won't have the official report out maybe tomorrow, because there's things that I have to do and then double check before I release the information.
A few other states are way behind.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's all over because of the moved ballots.
Yeah.
And we had to retabulate 3, so. People are, I will say publicly, people are, like, well, if there was a problem with one. You have to understand elections and don't assume because there was retabulated, there was falsehood across the county or the state. It was just, there was a paper jam. They didn't take a moment to confirm the count before they ran that ballot a second time. So that's all it was.
Mhm.
So it was not gonna change any races, those 3 ballots across the county that, it happened in 3 different places. It wasn't gonna change any numbers. Like I said, these are just humans that are doing the best they can all the time, and hopefully no one goes off the rails with theories on that.
Right.
So is it paper jam in all 3 cases?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we knew it election night. We knew it that
Yeah,
night
yeah,
that this
right.
was gonna happen, so this wasn't a surprise that it happened. We knew it, it's just, back in the earlier days, the department or the different precincts would retabulate that night. And the state no longer wants that done that way, they have it come back in front of the board and do it, so that's all, it just takes time.
Yeah.
So, just a lot to it, so, like I said, that report won't be out until sometime, maybe tomorrow, we'll get it to our online thing.
Good work again with the election, thank you.
So, other than that.
Anne Marie, I noticed that new commissioner school,
Mhm.
some sessions are starting before the turn of the year. Do our
Yeah,
new
they always
commissioners,
do.
they all got an announcement?
They will, I
Okay,
had to get,
yes, I think that class is quite useful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very good, yeah, it's,
Yeah,
I highly recommend anyone.
right.
part of it,
Attend
I
that.
think, I don't know if it's still part online, I didn't read that, because last time wasn't part of it online.
No.
Yeah, but I would recommend they
It was
go
only
right.
No, it was a 2-part last time, that's a new
Oh,
process. It was part online first, and then you went for the 2-day.
Really?
Or,
I thought
I
it
don't think
was,
so.
I thought it was all just all in person.
It's online. If you want.
Where was it at?
you did
If you
it,
look at the Michigan
Did you?
Association of Counties website,
Mac puts it
but I,
on.
again,
Yeah.
I would
MSU.
recommend you,
Well,
both of
it is
you
there.
attend it.
It's
Are you?
MSU extension.
We're
planning on it.
Good,
Yeah.
good, thanks.
like I said, I just needed to. There's steps that you gotta take in life, and you gotta slow down.
Yeah.
But no, we sent the last time, I gave the opportunity, all 3 of the new ones that back.
Well, the only reason I brought it up is some of the sessions are starting before the new.
Oh, I'm absolutely aware.
Okay.
Which is a
I've been
good
aware.
idea.
Well, it's an excellent
They're
idea.
gonna
but-
start December, I
They
think.
start early
Yeah.
December.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I'm aware. So. It was the same as last time.
That it?
Last time it was.
Okay, I
online.
skipped Commissioner comment,
It was-
and that was gonna be my comment, is that I strongly recommend you going to that school.
I have no comment.
Cause I
Anybody
sent a
else?
letter, we pay for it. I don't want everybody jumping online and signing up. There's a way.
Right, you gotta get it organized, you're right.
Anybody else for
Comment.
comment?
Okay, I'll make a motion for executive session.
Support.
A motion
For the purpose
support
of going
But,
into union negotiation
negotiate-
discussion.
yes.
At 10:14.
I gotta go get my portfolio on this. Wanna, get the gavel? Oh, I need a roll call.
Yes.
Sorry.
Do the roll.
Matt Titeman,
Yes.
Darga.
Yes.
Staley.
Yep.
Chapa.
Yes.
Leaning.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay, I'm gonna make the motion that we ratify the contract
Well,
with.
we gotta go back.
we gotta go back in session.
Oh, I thought you did already.
Nope.
Okay.
That was-
Call to order.
Yep. Top it last time.
Well, I just went off the top there. All right, who's making a motion to open back up?
I did. I'll make a motion. We go back into regular session.
Support.
Motion support to go back in the regular session, all in favor?
Aye,
No, roll call. Darga,
Yes.
Saley. Yep. Chapa,
Yes,
Tolini,
yes.
Seidemann.
Yes.
motion carries, we're back in session.
Okay, now I'll make the motion that we ratify the contract with POLC.
That's number
It's
six,
a 3-year contract.
3 years,
Sport,
50.
Support, Tolini, okay, thank you.
With changes to,
Well,
As
Would you-
stipulated in
It
the,
is stipulated in the contract.
it's just,
We're just
you
ratifying the
don't
contract.
go through all the details.
yeah.
all right, okay.
you just ratified.
Any more
Yep.
discussion? Any more discussion? Not call the roll.
Saley,
Yes.
ooh. Let me pause for a minute.
Yeah, okay.
Back in the day, you put on the record that there was a conflict. You just say,
Well, my daughter?
It's not a conflict now.
okay,
Yeah.
just wanna make sure it's on the record that this was previously put on the record. That, you know, you do have a family member working there, so.
That
thought
family
this was
member
about the
don't
sheriff.
Oh,
bring
you're
money.
talking about the,
Yeah.
That family member
No.
don't bring money.
what
into
we're
his household.
approving is the jail folks.
That is,
That she is dispatch.
Yeah.
yeah, so,
Well, but did you know that this didn't record, like it's not on?
I know it's not live,
Oh, okay.
it will be
It will-
on.
Cause I, yeah.
There was, I forgot to change the time on this.
Why are you
project.
saying he's just doing a stain?
No, I
But
don't
I'm
know.
sorry, I don't understand. You mean a conflict of interest?
Yeah,
Yeah, his
because he has a
daughter's-
family member, so it's on the record, he has a family member that is employed there,
You just gotta state you have a copy.
right?
Who's the family member?
His
Daughter.
daughter.
Dispatch.
It's just stated.
I just want it, so it's out there.
yeah, like,
Okay.
good
My
idea.
daughter works for the sheriff department
As a dispatch.
as a corrections.
Oh, corrections.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. I just,
Great.
for the future.
Excuse me.
So we were at Saley Chapa,
Yes,
Tolini,
Yes,
Seidemann,
Yes.
Darga.
Yes.
motion carried.
Okay.
Thank you for
looks
your
like they
work.
have a ratified contract for 3 years.
A little bit more to do yet.
Well, Mike, it's certainly been fun on the personnel committee.
It sure has.
Well, you think you won't be negotiating? anymore?
Is it normally,
Where does it?
We
say?
don't know.
Wait to hear.
We have
is
to
it
wait here.
normally that difficult?
No,
It,
there
there
wasn't.
has been years in the past,
But-
but long before.
Yeah, long.
How long ago did,
But I don't think
Oh.
it lasted this long.
how long ago did,
Oh, I'll tell you what, that one time, they went a year without a contract. That's right too.
how long ago did they all organize?
Oh, man, it's gonna be a
Before
while.
you were born.
Ever since, yeah,
I was 30
Yeah.
years ago.
50s?
probably.
Said I've been
60s.
there 30 years and it was before that.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay, I guess we can probably quit. or-
Motion for
Correspondence.
payroll.
We got
We got correspondence.
Oh, yeah, right.
Which I did supply to you in your emails, the notice of intent to update master plans on the multiple areas around us and the land transaction from the DNR, so those were the only two.
Okay, motion for payroll.
Support.
The motion support for payroll. So, we'll
And
call
could we
the roll.
clarify when we're meeting
Yeah.
again?
I will.
The next meeting.
As soon as I.
Next adjournment. then.
Yeah.
So,
Payroll is Chapa,
yes.
Shalini,
Yes.
Heidemann,
Yes.
Darga.
Yes.
Saley.
Yes.
motion
Okay,
carried.
now motion to adjourn till November 27th, 9:30 AM. Subject, call it, Chair.
Okay, support.
Or
Motion support to adjourn till November 27th and 9:30. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. We're adjourned.
I gotta put that, my phone up. That's
early
okay.
meeting. That's early.